your melody problems. And today, what is good, everyone? It is your favorite multi-cardboard selling producer, Izoki. And today, I'm gonna show you how to make a beautiful reggaeton loop, melody, whatever you want to call it, reggaeton something. Let me take you into my screen so you can see what I'm doing. Let's go. First, I'm gonna play you the loop so you can see if you want to continue watching this video or not, all right? The second part you'll hear at the very end, so stay tuned. Very first thing, this pluck rhythm, I would say melody, but it's not so much a melody. It's a rhythm of chords, simple. Started with this, right? That was what it sounded like originally, and it was just full chords. So I had in my mind, let me make this a little bit reggaeton, you feel me? So how do you make it reggaeton? Play the chords in this specific rhythm. Dun, 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 dun. It gives it that movement, gives it that emotion, gives it that reggaeton in. And what I did to make it a little bit more interesting, instead of just having the chords be like this, I added this pedal note, which is just a note that you continuously play on top of the chords. And added these two little transition notes at the end. For the second part of the plucks, I kept it the same really, but just raised the notes up on the last three chords by one so it could crescendo, so it could rise up. And yeah, bro, that's really it. This is how the plucks by themselves sound like. Analog Lab, Noisy Anthem, right here. That's the sound. As soon as I heard it, I just knew it had to be reggaeton, you feel me? It's all in the sound selection. Always start with different types of sounds, and I promise you, you'll get different results every single time. That was honestly the most difficult part. Once you get the initial harmonic element down, everything else just falls into place naturally. So next, naturally, I like to add bass notes from either a piano or a sub bass just to fill in the lower frequencies. But me personally, I love piano for bass notes. I just like that organic feeling. I like real genuine feeling with instruments. And here's how it sounded like. Just followed the bass notes of the plucks and added transition notes right here. Piano here. The next thing I added was this lead. Which I got from Analog Lab, Hair Metal Symphony. I was just looking through leads. That one caught my attention the most. It matched the vibe I was in. I'm not gonna lie to you. I played this on the keyboard, every single part of this. So I can't really explain to you how I got this, because I just pressed record right, then I played it on here. This is just what came out of my mind. I really like flems. Flems is when you do this cool thing on the piano where it's like, I really love how much emotion it added to the lead. That's how I got that. How I got that was just by playing it, experimenting with different patterns and finger positions on the keyboard. That's really it, bro. There's no how to really make this type of lead, this type of melody. It's all in your head. So whatever sounds right to you, my friend, that is what is correct. If you've been watching me for a while, you probably already know what's next. Vocal from Arcade, vocal duality. I simply love vocals. This is how the original pattern sounded like. Super simple, bro. Just two keys repeating D, F, D, F, D, A to keep it simple but interesting at the same time. Not try and make all these different variations from this key to that key to this key to that key. No. And I just rendered it out to audio because I like vocals to be in audio. I feel it gives it a different texture. The last element that I added in this whole loop, I told you, this is really simple. It's all in sound selection, all in filling out the frequency spectrum with sounds that complement each other. Now, this last element was a harmonic element, of course, to fill in the mid frequencies and the lower mid frequencies. I used a pad from Serum. This is one of my favorite pads. Izoki, Serum, pad, lonely pad. Again, just copy and pasted the plugs and made them into chords. Here was just the triads with the inverted notes, and the second part was just the same exact thing except sevenths, by adding another note on top of the already established chords. For this last part, I was going to show you later, but I'm going to show you now. I usually add a sidechain effect from thermal, but for this one I wanted to do something a little bit different, something to really bring that shock factor. So I went into Shaper Box, went through some presets, and I stumbled upon this one, Halftime Glitcher. I put it on, pressed spacebar, and I got this cool glitch effect that takes you to another planet, bro. It was fire, and it really caught me by surprise. If it caught me by surprise, I know that it caught you by surprise. Just experiment with different effects, bro. You never know what could come out. And the last sound was just a little accent, which I use in a lot of my loops because it accents the melodies really well. Just has more emotion. I just love those little things that make the biggest difference. At times you might not really be able to hear it, but you can feel it, and it's those little things that really differentiate you from everyone else and give you your sound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements, 6 to be exact, with these accents. I feel like that always works out for me personally, and that has worked out for me since I started making these loops last year. Find formulas that work for you, go with them, bro. Find what works for you, stick with it, and before you know it, you'll be flawlessly making incredible music like never before. So now that we discussed the sounds, let's go to the mixing. It is super simple, my G. For the pluck, EQ, just cut out the unnecessary lows and the unnecessary highs that were really unnecessary. The lead is just this. I just cut out the lows to leave space for the harmonic elements, and added some OTT, just a little bit, to bring it to the forefront of the mix a little bit more. Piano, bass notes, just cut out the highs to really let the bass, well, be a bass and fill the lower frequency spectrum out more. For the vocal and EQ, eliminate the lows, highs, get rid of the unnecessary hisses, some reverb, bring some life to it. Kept it super subtle because I connected to a bus, and I put this reverb, rev intensity, because this has a cool like sidechain reverb effect that is really dope to support the main sound with. And what creates a dope effect is I only allow it to affect the mid-high frequencies. I'm gonna raise it up for you so you can hear it. And of course, add that fullness even more. Just add a little bit of stereo separation. You can use any stereo separation plugin. I just use wider for vocals because I find that wider provides the sound I desire for vocals the most. And of course, some OTT on the main vocal just to bring it up a little bit in the mix. And that's really it, bro. The pad, EQ, kind of self-explanatory, but I'll explain it to you. Cut out the highs because it was a harmonic element. I didn't really see a reason to keep the highs when the point of the pad is for it to be a harmonic element and fill out your ears, spread out in your ears, and support the melodic elements. Then added this plate reverb, Rev Plate 140. It just added some character to it. I like to put through the stereo shape or any stereo shaper, to be honest with you, to pads because it spreads them out to your ears more and it gives you a feeling of fullness. And that's really it for the mixing. I linked all of those to a bus and added more stereo separation, but this time to all of the sounds together so they can sound more cohesive, sound like one. And as you see here, fills out left, right, middle, down. It fills it out completely, which is what you want. To have a full, complete sounding melody, you want all of this to be active. You don't want it to be red, but you want it to be full. For the accent, I just added some pancake to pan it from your left to right. I just like panning those little effects. Feel like they just gain a sense of life from it. And that's really it, bro. Super simple. I'm gonna play you guys a loop now so we can get to the outro and you can go along with your day. And by the way, this loop is available completely for free in my second free loop kit. I'll link it down below in the description so you could go download it. 10 completely free to use loops with this vibe, some other dope vibes I've been on. I just wanted to share it with you guys so you could make some bangers, but most importantly, make some bangers more consistently, because I know how it's like to have beat block and not be able to make a melody to save your life, so you can use them in your music and transmute them into whatever you desire. The link will be down below in the description. And yeah, I'm gonna play you guys a loop now so we can get to the outro. Let's go. So that's gonna do it for this video. May I remind you that this loop is available in my loop kit called Hope, completely for free. Just go down in the description, click the link, follow the steps, and it's yours. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, every producer, every artist, everybody that is breathing and looking at this video right now or has watched any of my videos. I love you and I appreciate every single one of you. If you have an insane dream, an insane vision, just know you're not alone. Never stop doing what you do. Never stop doing what you love. Remember who you're doing this for and why you're doing this for. And I promise you, you'll make it to anywhere you set your eyes on. I appreciate you guys so much. And I believe in every single one of you. If you ever feel like no one believes in you, I believe in you. I hope I helped. Hope you learned, most importantly. I hope you learned a thing or two, not just about music, but about life, about anything. Stay positive, no matter what, because I promise you, when you stay positive and remain positive, despite any circumstance, you're just destined to attract positive. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Link down below to download this loop plus 9 other loops like this in the description. Let's go. See you guys in the next one. Much love. Izoki out.